let's talk a little bit about what's happening in your computer world, because it's ever-changing, it's ever going on here. What's on the topic list this morning, young man?
Oh, we have all sorts of good stuff to talk about.
Hit me.
Okay, so we're going to talk about, we've talked about website security and stuff like that.
Yes.
So I have some interesting information about some of that stuff. I got some new stuff that LinkedIn's going to be starting soon.
Okay, we'll save LinkedIn for the second segment. Let's talk about some of the website security stuff that's bothering you this morning, that as a small business owner, a medium-sized business owner, maybe you're running a business out of your house, or maybe it's not even a business, maybe it's a personal web page. What are we looking at?
It could be whatever. So a report that was recently released, it's not just U.S.-based companies that are getting hacked by the Islamic State.
Yes.
There were over 600 websites in Russia that were hacked by the Islamic State for recruitment purposes.
Good.
So that's,
share the wealth, I say.
Well, it's kind of scary when you really think about how many sites and the technology that they're using in order to promote their beliefs and trying to recruit people that are troubled or whatever into joining up that organization.
So what do they do? Do they hack into this? You're hacking into a website. So say they hack into newstalk1037fm.com. What are they doing on that site?
They changed the homepage to a whole bunch of information about their beliefs.
Okay, all right. And then what do we do when that comes up, besides calling SoLinkit and seeing SoLinkit.com up on the website? I don't know.
Basically, call your webmaster and see what they can do to resolve the issue.
All right, say I use GoDaddy, which we do. Unfortunately, we're using GoDaddy. It's a temporary place while we get our new website up for grabs. So they probably have some measures in place. And I know a lot of small business owners that use that, or what's the other one? Starts with a W. It's another one of those assemblable websites.
WordPress.
No. It's like, I don't know. Anyway, so it gets hacked, and ideally, the GoDaddy folks will go, okay, we'll fix this.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about that. But if it comes to a local level, I got, say, the thrift store down the shop has something. They're calling their local web provider, and then what? Then it's hope.
Well, it's a process. So if your site's hacked, the first thing to do is immediately contact your IT solutions provider.
Okay.
The longer you wait, the more damage gets caused.
Okay.
Because you'll get what's called blacklisted.
All right, so we call you guys, or we call whoever our IP guys or tech folks, and then what's the procedure? How long do you think it takes? It depends, right?
It can take. It depends on the level. A lot of the hacks, actually, like in my opinion, are amateur. But I mean, they do a fair amount of defacing, like to your website, with what their mission is.
But they're not actually getting in and changing the code around it. Is it a change of the drop page where it is?
Yeah, they're changing the home page.
Okay, so that's all right.
So instead of going to, for example, News Talk 1037 and the news station loading up, it loads up with all this recruitment material for ISIS.
Okay, all right.
So the first step is to contact your solutions provider.
Yeah.
The second step is to go into Google, submit a request to Google. Because what Google's doing now, since there's been so many sites getting hit, when you do a search, I don't know if you've seen this, it'll actually say, this site may have been hacked.
Oh, okay.
And they'll list that there. So you have to have your web solutions provider.
I mean, how long is
them.
How long is that going to take? Because you think about your credit reports. When your credit report gets upset, you have to go to 3 different credit providers and tell them, "Oh, by the way, some bad things happened to me." This is a real nightmare.
It could take 1 to 2 weeks.
Okay.
Again, the longer you wait, the more it takes.
Sure.
Because blacklists affect your email. So if your website gets what's called blacklisted, then when you send emails to people, their email filter will not accept the message.
Should we be careful about the homepage action there? Because you see a lot of people will have contact us. I mean, so if that contact us, is that the email that's coming into the... I mean, you want to have a contact us on the homepage.
Sure. What we've been seeing the main problem with, and the way that they've been getting into a lot of sites, are contact forms that allowed you to upload an attachment.
All right.
So what they do in that kind of an attack is they would upload the new homepage that they want to, submit the contact form, and that kind of exploits the site and then puts their information out front.
I know this is a dumb question, but I'll have to ask it anyway. How are they choosing? I mean, are you going to a newstalk1037fm.com? Are they looking at the most amount of trafficked websites and going, okay, let's hammer this one?
That actually goes to the next piece about what I was talking about.
Maybe it's not a dumb question after all.
No, there's no dumb questions. So Google reported, and as I had said, that they're now putting the site may have been hacked on these pages.
Yeah.
And one news organization that had that happen recently was The Guardian.
Okay.
And
insurance company, I think.
This one looks to be a news organization.
Okay.
But Google released the information that, and this was just released on Friday, that 80% of news organizations have been targeted by the Islamic State.
Okay, good. Yeah, the Guardian News. It's a newspaper. Yeah, be interesting to see if they ever penetrated Drudge. That would be fascinating if that ever happened. Of course, I use that word too much.
There were a lot that were targeted, and I'm going to see here if they listed any.
Anybody local, I wonder? Anybody in Pennsylvania?
Oh, there's been about 60 websites locally here in Chambersburg and surrounding Quad State that we have cleaned up in the last
hacked,
2
but not
months.
hacked by ISIL or whatever we're calling it today. Yes, no, maybe?
No, yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And some of those attacks are automated, so there's not actually somebody sitting on the computer on the other end.
Yeah.
It's they program, like in AI software to sniff out websites, sniff out vulnerabilities. Kind of like what I had talked to you about earlier.
Artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence.
All right, then.
So the key tricks to that, if you're using WordPress, is delete the admin user. Its name is admin. Add Patrick and give you admin rights. Because if I'm trying to hack your website, I know that 99% of WordPress websites have a user named admin. So I already have the first half of the login ID.
Okay, well, I learned something new automatically here. You got 60 or so folks in this area that have been hacked on their websites, and you want to make sure that you get to Google after you've gotten to your IT provider to get things straightened out. Hang out for a couple of seconds. Nathan Neal.
Absolutely.
So Linkit is the company. LinkedIn, which I use every day. I'm checking it on a regular basis, so I'm interested to see what you have to say about LinkedIn.